From the frozen fjords of Greenland to the lush shores of North America, this is the epic tale of Leif Erikson, the Viking explorer who discovered America centuries before Columbus. A story of courage, curiosity, and the unyielding spirit of adventure that changed the course of history. This is the saga of Leif Erikson, the man who reached the New World. The saga of Leif Erikson, the Viking who discovered America. Prologue: A son's destiny. Leif Erikson was born into a world of fire and ice. His father, Erik the Red, was a man of legend, a fiery outlaw who had carved a new life in the frozen wilderness of Greenland. From a young age, Leif heard tales of distant lands, of seas that stretched beyond the horizon, and of a world waiting to be discovered. But Leif was not content to live in his father's shadow. He was destined to go further, to see more, and to write his own name in the sagas of history. Chapter 1: The Boy Who Dreamed of Horizons. Leif grew up in the harsh, unforgiving landscape of Greenland, where survival was a daily battle. But while others saw only ice and hardship, Leif saw possibility. He spent his childhood listening to the stories of sailors and explorers who passed through Greenland, their tales of strange lands and distant shores igniting a fire in his heart. When Leif was a young man, his father sent him to Norway, the land of their ancestors, to serve in the court of King Olaf Tryggvason. It was here that Leif's destiny began to take shape. King Olaf, a fierce warrior and a devout Christian, saw something special in Leif. He baptized him and charged him with a mission: to bring Christianity to Greenland. But Leif's heart was not in conversion, it was in exploration. Chapter 2: The Voyage to the Unknown. On his return journey to Greenland, Leif's ship was blown off course by a fierce storm. For days the crew battled the elements, their ship tossed like a toy in the raging sea. When the storm finally subsided, Leif found himself in a land unlike anything he had ever seen. The air was warm, the forests dense, and the rivers teemed with fish. The crew explored the land, marveling at its beauty and abundance. They called it Helluland, land of flat stones, modern-day Baffin Island. But Leif was not satisfied. He had heard tales of a land even further south, a place of green meadows and wild grapes. With his crew's trust and his own unshakable determination, Leif set sail once more. After days of navigating treacherous waters, they reached a land of rolling hills, dense forests, and rivers filled with salmon. Leif named it Markland, Forest Land, modern-day Labrador. Still, Leif pressed on. He was driven by a force he could not name, a longing to see what lay beyond the next horizon. Finally, they reached a land so lush and fertile that Leif knew he had found something extraordinary. He called it Vinland, Wineland, after the wild grapes that grew there. This was North America, centuries before Columbus. Chapter 3: The Settlement of Vinland. Leif and his crew spent the winter in Vinland, building shelters and exploring the land. They marveled at its beauty and abundance, but they also faced challenges. The indigenous people, whom the Vikings called Skrælings, were wary of the newcomers. At first, there was trade furs for cloth, tools for food. But tension soon flared, and violence erupted. Leif realized that Vinland, for all its promise, was not a place where Vikings could easily settle. When spring came, Leif and his crew returned to Greenland, their ship laden with timber, grapes, and tales of a new world. Leif's discovery of Vinland was celebrated, but he knew that his journey was only the beginning. He had opened the door to a new world, but it would be up to others to walk through it. Chapter 4. The Legacy of Leif Erikson. Leif Erikson's discovery of Vinland was a monumental achievement, but it was also a fleeting one. The Norse settlements in Vinland were short-lived, abandoned due to conflicts with the indigenous people and the difficulty of maintaining a colony so far from home. Yet Leif's legacy endured. He had proven that the world was larger than anyone had imagined, and that the spirit of exploration could overcome even the greatest obstacles. Leif returned to Greenland, where he lived out his days as a respected leader. He never returned to Vinland, but his discovery inspired others to follow in his footsteps. His story became a legend, passed down through the generations, a testament to the courage and curiosity of the Viking spirit. Epilogue: The Explorer's Spirit. Leif Erikson's journey to Vinland was more than a voyage of discovery. It was a journey of the soul. He adventured into the unknown, not for gold or glory, but for the sheer joy of exploration. He had seen what lay beyond the edge of the world, and in doing so, he had changed history. Today, Leif Erikson is remembered as the first European to set foot in North America, a man who dared to dream of horizons beyond the known world. His story is a reminder that the greatest adventures begin with a single step into the unknown. Thank you so much for listening to this story. I enjoy making this content about stories from around the world. If you enjoyed it, please subscribe and leave a like and comment.